Is the Pathetic Fallacy True by Elizabeth Brewster. I found this poem immediately intriguing because it reminds me of my childhood summers, filled with imagination and wonder. This author uses vivid descriptions such as, "and the earth itself, a brown warm girl, turning and tanning in the sun." She also shows that she remembers it all very clearly, like something she never wants to let go. Also, after reading on in the poem, she shares her new knowledge of the world not being as wondrous as she thought it was, how it has the knack of tainting these memories, and how she's not letting it. The theme that was most prominent to me in this poem is nostalgia. Similar to how I remember my early summers, there is a fondness and warmth to the poem. Her ability to oversee the fact of what somebody told her, that winds are not lovers, clumsy or gentle, there's no blood in stones, no tears in water, shows that this nostalgia is important to her, and that somehow she has kept her childhood ability to see the beauty in the world around her. Personification is used frequently throughout this poem. The author even says that, yes, everything was alive. Some of many examples include the puffed cheeks of clouds and the brook with its pebbled tongue. I think Elizabeth Brewster used so much personification to illustrate how enchanting she saw the world as a little girl. Everything is personal to her, and as she shows near the end of the poem when she refers to the wind as her old lover. Elizabeth Brewster uses a simile wonderfully at the beginning of the poem. She says, "The stones were living. Hot under my hand they felt like flesh." I think she compares the stones to flesh because, as she describes, they're warm and she felt them to be alive. However, I believe there's a deeper meaning in that line. All of these things are portrayed as friends to her. The flesh-like feeling of the stones on her hand could feel like a friend's hand in her own. Through the personification, the author used all of these things as a large metaphor. This metaphor is used very well, representing the childhood in all of its aspects. Childhood is full of imagination and wonder. In those days, of course, the wind and rocks were her friends. She trusted the earth, and even after growing up and realizing all of that may not be as she thought, she keeps her relationship with the world around her. Two critical questions I pose are as follows. When do we go from having the gift that children possess that allows them to believe, as Elizabeth Brewster states, yes, everything was alive, to telling children that winds are not lovers, clumsy or gentle, there's no blood in stones, no tears in water? And secondly, how did the author gain the skills to overlook the fact that the earth is not alive as she imagined it to be, and still be able to interact with the friends she found the way she did when she was a child, as shown at the end of the poem when she says, "Nevertheless, sometimes lately, when I touch a chair or table, I think I feel atoms stir under my fingers, and at night in dreams I hear the small remote voices of grains of dust, or the inaudible whispers of stars, as they will speak to me sometime, when I lay with the living grass above me, and the wind, my old lover, singing me to sleep and to wake."